Welcome to Phakisa Freeway and round one of the SuperGP Champions Trophy. Digital entertainment on demand brings you all the action from the brand new SuperGP, which saw the debut of the SuperJuniors. And what a debut it was for Cameron Aitken. Off the side of the bike with a separated shoulder while fighting with Doran Lareo for the first race win in this championship. A little bit of a pity for him, but then we went on to the Super 600s, and what used to be the Brat Pack proved to be some of the best racing we've seen all day. Amazing action in amongst the Triumphs and Kawasaki's, and Nicole van Arsvegen and Alan John Venter fought it out with Magic Mike White and Blaze Baker. At the front end, Stephen Oendal got away and took the first victory. In the SuperGP Championship trophy itself, it was all about a new man to the 1000cc's, Matthew Skoltz, coming from the 600s and outgunning his previous teammate, now stepping onto the R1 Yamaha. An amazing effort from him. Unfortunately, it didn't last, and it didn't last for Brent Herron. He went down the road fighting for honours at the front end with Clint Seller. Matthew Skoltz managed to hang on, I don't know how, but he just kept it ahead of a couple of riders that they were fighting with. Action in the second of the 600 race saw both Adolf Boshoff and AJ Venter go down in a big way. Boshoff's front brake cable rubbing against the brake hose and eventually breaking the brake hose, and he ran out of brakes. Speaking of running out of brakes, it was nearly action big time between Jesse Boshoff, the new 600 rider, and yes, indeed, his two rivals, one of them being Ricky Lee Weir, who went down at the final corner, and Anthony Lessing, who went on to take the Rookie of the Day in the Super 600s after action like this with Jesse Boshoff. Look how close it got between these youngsters. Dylan Barnard just behind them. Eventually, in the final corner, Boshoff made it all wrong and had to just wind it in, and unfortunately ended up in the kiddie litter. Checkered flag came out at the end of the day, and an amazing effort once again from Oendal to take the second race in the Super 600s. Back to Super GP, and Brent Herron, after that crash, was back in action and looking forward to getting back on the podium, but he was fighting it also with a new man to the thousands. That is Nick Kershaw on the Tsunami Beach Bike BMW. He made it look like it was plain sailing. And even though he hadn't put the factory settings onto the bike yet and was losing about 30% of power on that machine every time he pitched it over, it was an epic battle that eventually got won out. A double on the day for Evil Knievel Clinton Seller. A great effort for the Near Life Racing team. And he was followed home by Lance Isaacs on the Black Swan BMW. An awesome day's racing.